Allie's Attic Show, where you never know what kind of surprise you'll find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise is a Canadian. So, of course, I'm happier than can be. She is a piano pop artist, and her voice reminds me a little bit of Pink. I'm going to say it right now. It's beautiful and it's inviting, and I absolutely adore her. Please welcome Shimmer Johnson. Hi, Shimmer.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I am
Just sitting
so
in my recording studio right now.
Yeah, you self-produce all your music, right?
Yes, I sure do.
Well, you do an amazing job. An amazing job. Now you're in Edmonton. I'm in Winnipeg. We were just complaining about the weather. Spring has decided that it
Yes.
doesn't want to show up for whatever reason. I'm crossing my fingers that it does it soon. But I love when I have Canadian artists on because obviously I am Canadian. The majority of the artists I have are from all over the world, so I get
For sure.
there's a lot of pride when I have Canadian artists on. Um, Now, your songs are so emotional and they're so beautiful. And like I mentioned, Pink, when I listen to your songs, you know that tone she has when she sings soft? I can
Yep.
hear that in your voice. And she just popped into my head every song I listened to of yours. And I was like, oh my God. Um, you just have this pretty tone. It's so beautiful. So, Shimmer, tell me when you decided this is what I'm going to do, when you started singing and the whole shebang.
Well, I grew up in Edmonton, of course, but I did live in the United States when I was really young with my mom and dad. My dad sang in a country band. He's very southern. He's American, so he talks very, very, very slow. It's cute though. But my dad, yeah, my dad's awesome, and we used to get together in our living room and pretty much just sing from the age of 2 and up. So I have like little cassette tapes of me when I was young singing Tanya Tucker and lots of different country stuff because that's what we listened to back then. Um, and then basically as I grew up, I just started kind of coming into my own, and I started listening to Celine Dion and Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, and I actually started performing lots of those songs in competitions and pretty much anywhere I could. I even sang at my school assemblies. I sang "I Will Always Love You" in front of my entire school when I was 11.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. And pretty much I've been wanting to do singing ever since I was a little kid, so it's pretty much all I've ever wanted to do. When I turned 18, I started doing more bands and stuff like that, where when I was 18, I was in this band called Rainbow Graffiti. And we did lots of like No Doubt covers and that sort of thing, and we would play live in the bars and stuff. It was a lot of fun. So, I just started learning all different types of genres as I was growing up. So I would listen to pop stuff, and then I'd listen to country, and I'd listen to R&B, and pretty much listen to everything possible. And at 21, I ended up meeting my co-writer, Corey Johnson, and we wrote our first song called Waiting. It's actually not anywhere online, but we're starting to revamp all of our old stuff so that I can make it sound current and start releasing some of my older stuff, because right now I have over 300 songs I've written in the last 10 years, right?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do right now with my career is I want to release my music independently as an artist, as well as get my music placed with A-list singers and in movies, sing deals, that sort of thing. So I actually went down to LA and got myself an entertainment lawyer. I've also been working with billboard writers out in LA and basically collaborating with anybody I can. I collaborated with Michael J., and he is famous for writing the song Declaration of Love from Celine Dion. Wow. And he also wrote Toy Soldier from Martika.
Wow.
and I wrote with him last year, and going back again in a couple months to do another writing session with him.
That is
I
cool.
also, yeah, and I also worked with Steve McClintock, and he's famous from the 80s as well. I guess it'd be late 80s, early 90s, and he wrote Tiffany's All This Time on her second album.
Okay.
So I got to write with him a couple months ago, and that was a ton of fun. And I've just been pretty much collaborating with lots of different songwriters in LA, as well as songwriters here in Canada. Um, and overseas, I started working with a guy named Jacques Demouk, and he does EDM type stuff. So we
Okay.
wrote a couple EDM songs.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so cool now with all the technology. It doesn't matter where somebody is in the world. You can always collaborate. I think that is just
pretty much.
amazing. Yeah. Now, September 2017, you were featured in Canadian Musician Monthly, and you were noted
Yeah,
then
there was.
for your country pop sound. I mean, you're from Alberta. If nobody knows anything about Alberta, that's where all our cowboys come from, which is why I
Oh
should
yeah.
be living there. But anyway, this is besides the point. But yeah, you were noted for your country pop sound that you had in your earlier years.
Yes, I released In a Box. It's actually on Spotify, so if you looked up Shimmer Johnson, you can hear In a Box, which is one of my kind of country pop crossover songs that I wrote um, for my country album. And even wasn't really even country; it was more like pop country.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like a Jan Arden meets Carrie Underwood meets Sarah McLachlan type country pop
Oh, okay.
that I was writing back then. I have lots of my older material up actually on my SoundClick page. It's got like 50 songs of just all the older stuff that I did. I did a full album that kind of sounded like Evanescence back in 2008. What
Wow.
was really, yeah, what was really funny is my 2008 Forsaken album. I think it was earlier than 2008, but that's when I released it. But I had written that album pretty much 6 months before Evanescence released their album. I was like, ah! I was so mad.
Oh
I'm like,
my God.
that's my sound. But
Oh.
I love Evanescence, though.
If you
But
can nail Amy
but my
Lee's
album
voice,
pretty much sounded almost identical to what they were doing. I'm like, oh
wow.
my goodness.
Wow. Like I said, if you can nail Amy Lee's voice, then you're doing well. Because man, can that woman sing. And you know what? There's nothing coming from that. I haven't heard of Amy Lee or Evanescence in a while, and it's sad because they're
Yeah,
amazing.
I know. They put something out in 2017, but it was just a re-release of their old songs, more orchestrated. I don't know. It
Oh,
was
weird.
confusing. I was all excited because I'm like, woo, new
Yeah.
release, because I love Evanescence. and
Well,
then
yeah.
and then I downloaded and bought the album, and then I was like, oh, there's no new stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. Well, at least you're putting out new stuff, and you can do Amy Lee. You're like I said, her voice is amazing. But I
Well, with
love the
me,
pink
I
sound.
songwrite all different types of genres, right? So,
Yeah.
like, I have a pop album, I have a country album. I even in 2008 or 9, I think it was, I did a full R&B album with a label out of New Jersey, and yeah, and it was very different type of stuff.
Well,
But
at least you're not putting yourself in a box, though, right? Like you're covering all the genres, which I think is really good. You want to be versatile as an artist, especially an independent artist.
well, yeah, some people in the industry, in the music industry, are like, you have to pick a style and stick to that style, and I don't feel you should have to do that. I think you should be able to jump around genres. I mean, you have to create a brand. I get that, and I do. I have my brand. It's kind of pop is always included in all my stuff, no
Hmm.
matter if I'm doing country or folk or my stuff always has a nice pop sound to it, right? A pop singer songwriter folky type sound.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
then what I do is with the instrumentation, if I want to make a country, that's when I add the steel guitar, add the country, you know, parts of the song to make the song country.
Yeah.
If I take those parts out, then it's a pop song, right?
Exactly.
So
And you can hear it. And you can hear the singer-songwriter in your songs too, especially one of the songs that we're going to be playing. Um,
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't believe that anybody should have to just pick one genre. And that's, I mean, it's great when you're signed because, you know, you get all the frills and whatever. But
Yeah.
you are told basically this is what you're doing, and that's why I love having independent artists on, and I love discovering them because it's so different and it's not all the same,
Yeah.
and they don't all sound the same. And that's nothing against any of the singers out there right now that are on the top 10 on Billboard. They're told what they're supposed to be doing, and
Exactly. And they all sound very similar
they
right now.
do, they
Like
do.
the current top 40 um, people that are on the top 100 billboards right now, they all, like all the females, sound similar, and all the songs sound almost the same.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah, we want variety. Give us something new.
Diversity.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, it's not against them because they can sing. It's just this is what the industry's decided that they're gonna kind of shove down our throats at the time right now. I don't know why, but anyways, we'll stop talking about that. But yeah,
I don't mind the top 40 stuff. I'm right now. I wrote this new song called Haters, and it's actually it's a cute song. I wrote it for it's 42 seconds long so far, and I actually sent it off to an LA studio to write a beat like the top 40 stuff that's online right now, right? So I can think about trying to get it placed with bigger A-list singers. It's a great song. It's a great chorus so far. That's all I've written. But as soon as I get a beat to it, then I can write the verses and all the other stuff. But that's what I'm working on right now is the songwriting end of things. I'm finishing my album so I could release it independently, my Pride album. And then I'm also, I'm putting a package together right now to send to a lady in New York that pretty much does pushing of music to A-list singers and singers that are about to get signed and stuff through Sony.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm trying to do is basically get my songs placed, even if it's not me singing them.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah. Well, I mean, then you're covering both your bases, right? You're doing your singing and songwriting, plus you're also offering your songs up for other people. And I mean, you can win tons of awards doing that. We all see that. And you know what? I love the top 40 too. I'm not gonna lie. My favorite song right now is by Neil Horan, "Slow Hands." I think it's the sexiest song I've ever heard in my life. But anyway. Okay, so you're finishing your album Pride. You're going to be releasing it later this year, right?
Yeah, I sure am.
And you're currently shooting the video, Let Go, for the song Let Go, and it's going to be, I'm sure, amazing.
It is. We're doing kind of like a time lapse video for it, so I'm pretty much shooting the same shot down the same road about 8 or 9 different times in different, like in winter, and then when it starts melting, and it'll be like a time lapse of me in the video. It's a really good premise. It'll be awesome. It's the song about my mom who passed away in September
of
last year. So yeah, so it's all about her. But it's a great song.
Good. Well, I'm sorry for your loss. Now,
good.
We talked a little bit beforehand. You have 3 children, and you're married, and you're doing all of this.
Yes.
You must be very organized, Shimmer, I must say.
I am. I call him my nanny, but he's my nanny. He's my husband's brother, and he watches my kids all the time. So, which is nice, is I can travel and I can tour and do my shows and never ever have to worry about my children because I stay home with the boys.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Well, that's cool.
And so I'm in LA every couple of months, and I go up there for a week or 2 at a time to write, and then I come back. So.
Wow.
And yeah, basically, I just have it set up really good to where, like, I have a full production company here in Canada, and so what my company does, we do the bigger shows. Like, we just did the Nelly tour. Nelly was here in Edmonton. We did his show at the ranch. So we supply, like, the LED walls, all that sort of thing. It's called Catalyst. And that pretty much supplements our income and stuff for our house and all that. So it allows me to be able to travel and stuff because basically my company is busy enough that it can do that. So it leaves me all my time to songwrite.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. So if anybody, is going to be in the Alberta area and wants a production company, get a hold of Catalyst.
Exactly.
We're covering all
But yeah,
kinds
no,
of
but
things.
that's pretty much what I do, right? So I have to organize everything in my life to make sure that I can do what I love to do, right?
Yeah, definitely. Well, and I'm so glad that you can because you do it very well. Um, Now, what's coming up for you besides your video and your new album? Are you going on tour? Are you playing anywhere or anything new happening?
I don't have any per se tours or anything going on this year because I'm right now. This year is all about finishing the current album and to start promoting and getting my songs in the hands of people that can place them, right? So that's kind of my goal this year. I do shows. I'll be doing another show in September in Fort Mac. I always do an 80s hour set, so I sing all 80s music. It's Back to the 80s show. I do it every year, and I usually open up for a bigger 80s band. I opened up last year for Glass Tiger,
Ooh,
which was awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I did my set, and I did some. What did I do? I did Martika. I did Madonna. I did pretty much all the 80s stuff. I even did some Kate Bush.
Oh, nice. That would be a lot of fun, especially opening up for Glass Tiger. I miss the 80s bands. I'm not gonna lie. They were so much fun. And talented. And when you went to see the show, you got a show. You know what I mean? Like, it was just amazing.
Yeah. The 80s is awesome.
Yes. Yeah. I'm the 70s, 80s kind of. I go back and forth constantly. That's usually what I'm listening to. Okay. So because you've been doing this for a while, and because, you've got your hands in all kinds of different pots, and it's just amazing. If you had any advice to give any new artist that was just starting out, or even an artist that's already out there, what kind of advice do you think you'd give them?
Pretty much just try to write a song a day if you're wanting to be a songwriter and make it a job.
Yeah.
Basically, if you want to be a songwriter, you have to be in the studio writing and working pretty much every day and going online and promoting and networking, going to all of those networking, indie music fest, ASCAP meetings and stuff like that, and just pretty much having 500 to 1,000 cards and making sure you had every single one of them out while you're there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you start chatting with people, you text and email people, you try to network, collaborate, do as much as you can with whoever you can. Because if you don't let your name get out there, nobody's going to know that you even exist.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Because if you're just sitting going, I'm an amazing singer and I'm an amazing songwriter, someone's got to pick me up, and you're just sitting in your house and not showing anybody your stuff, no one's going to pick you up because nobody knows you exist.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't just, cross your fingers and pray. That's not going to help.
Yeah. But lots of people think that. They're like, well, I'm just going to go do this show and I'll get my chance there, right?
Yeah.
Because maybe somebody in the audience will see me, which, could happen.
Mm-hmm.
It could happen on an airplane. It did for Avril Lavigne. That's how she met, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right? So it can happen anywhere, but basically you just have to get yourself out there and, be on top of your social media and
yeah,
just keep doing it, right?
Yeah, and that goes for everything. I have to too, so it's great advice. Absolutely great advice.
And also with songwriting too,
mm-hmm.
One other tip is learn how to sing in time or on the one.
People are going to understand that they sing. I don't, so I have no idea what you just said.
Some people will and some people won't.
Okay.
Well, some people just don't sing in. Basically, if you sing off the beat,
mm-hmm.
sometimes a hit song isn't a hit song because you're singing off the beat.
Ah.
Sometimes you have to sing right on the one. You count 1, 2, 3, 4. If you sing on the one,
okay,
then it's more connecting to the song, and it usually basically turns out to be a hit. But that rule doesn't always work. Like "Don't Break Me" is I'm singing like a half beat off the one, but it's so bizarre that it's awesome, right?
Yeah. So. Wow. Okay. Well, I learned something new today. Because I don't know. When you first said that, I was like, what? What does that mean? I can't even
Sorry.
read music. No, 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 no. Don't say sorry. Don't say sorry. I'm glad that you shared that.
Us Canadians always apologize. Come on.
Yeah, yeah, I know. We always say sorry. Always. I get bugged about that so much because I'm awful for it. Well, I don't know if it's an awful thing, but it happens all the time. Anyway, um, what two songs are we going to hear from you, Shimmer?
We're gonna listen to Pride, which is the main single off of the Pride album that's coming out later this year. And Pride, I wrote that song after I left a competition. I went to a karaoke competition about a year and a half ago just for the fun of it. I was like, I'm gonna go and I put up an Adele song, and I know when I suck and when I'm good. And I sang Hello, and I sang it awesome. And another girl went up there and sang a Sia song, and she was not very good. And I can say that because she just really wasn't. But some of the judges that were judging that competition, I've grown up with and don't like me. So automatically, as soon as I've seen them, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to win even if I sing good. I'm like, whatever, I'm going to sing anyway.
Oh my goodness.
I'll go sing.
Well, and it makes sense. I mean, when you listen to the song, people will understand.
Alberta, +178.
Yeah, and so basically, I didn't get put into the finals or anything.
Okay.
They picked the bad Sia singer to go in instead of me, and I'm like, oh.
Oh my goodness, that's not fair.
But basically, I was so mad, and I'm never mad at competitions. I don't care if I win or lose competitions. I think I was more upset that the reason why I didn't get a chance to be in the finals.
Yeah, because people didn't like it.
I came back and I wrote Pride. That was me.
Look at that. I mean, look at
the lyrics.
Yeah.
Those haters and liars are fooling themselves.
You can definitely hear it in the song. Well, I'm glad they got you to write that song. So, haha on them.
Yeah, it worked out to be good in the end.
Yeah, exactly.
And then my song "Don't Break Me." That was just about a relationship that I was in and the emotions that I was going through. So that's pretty much all that song is about. Just what I was emotionally experiencing at the time.
Yeah, and you can hear it. And I love the song, and I think it relates to a lot of people that have been in a relationship where you're kind of begging the person, not to break you.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful, beautiful song, and that's definitely where I heard the Pink influence in there. And it blew me away. You blow me away. You're so upbeat and funny, and you say what you think, which is a great Canadian trait. And I'm so glad that you came on my show. And like I said,
thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and anything new happens, you're more than welcome to come back on or shoot me singles and I'll help promote them. And if you ever are going to be in Winnipeg, let me know because I would love to come and see you.
Sounds good. I will do that.
Okay, and you have a fantastic day, and everybody's going to enjoy this because it was fun. I had fun. And take care, and I wish you all the best, Shimmer.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for joining me on Allie's Attic Show. Keep checking my website because you never know what kind of surprises you'll find in my attic. Cheers!